Hello friends, this video on algebraic expressions part 3 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Let us now talk about another important part of an algebraic expression, that is factors. So what are factors? So these are constants or variables whose product makes a term and they cannot be further factorized. So basically an algebraic expression is made up of the compartments. The algebraic expression is made up of the terms which are like the compartments of the train. Now each of those compartments, they are also formed by something, right? So when you look at a train, each compartment is again made up of multiple seats. So all of those seats together, they make that compartment. So in a similar way, in this case, each term is also made up of different constants and variables. So these constants and variables are called factors. But one important criteria is that these factors should not be further factorized. So they should be in their simplest form. Let us look at some examples. So let us take the same example of this algebraic expression 4y cubed plus 3. So by looking at this, you can see that it has got two terms. So what are the two terms of the expression? One is 4y cubed and the other one is 3, because when you add these two terms, you get the expression. That's perfect. Now let us see what is each term made up of. So when you look at 4y cube, how can you write 4y cube? So 4y cube, the meaning of 4y cube is 4 multiplied by y into y into y. So that is the meaning of 4y cube. So that means if you look at this term 4y cube, it has, what are the factors which are present in this term? The factors are 4y, y, y. So these are factors. And they cannot be factorized further, because y cannot be further written as, some other number multiplied by some other number. So that's not possible. Whereas now you might say that why can't I say that 4 and y cube are two factors? That's because y cube can be further factorized. Y cube can be written as y square into y, or it can be written as y into y into y. So that means y cube can be further factorized. That is why y cube cannot be a factor. So the factor would be 4y, y, y. So these are the possible factors for this term 4y cube. Now when you look at this term 3, so 3 can only be written as 3 or 3 into 1. So in that case, we can say the factor for this term is 3. Let's look at one more example. Let's look at this expression 10x. So how can you write 10x? So here you just have one term. So 10x is the only term. So 10x can be written as 10 multiplied by x. So by looking at this, you can say that it has two factors, 10 and x. If you have an expression like xy plus 4, so in this case, how many terms it has? One term is xy, the other term is 4. Now when you look at xy, what are the possible factors? So xy can be written as x into y. So x and y are the possible factors. For 4, the only possible factor is 4. Let us look at a slightly complicated algebraic expression. Let's say 13 minus y plus y square. So this is an algebraic expression because it contains constants, variables and operators. So what are the terms in this expression? There are three terms. First is 13, second is minus y, and third is 5y square. Now you might say that why the second term is minus y? That's because this can be written as 13 plus minus y plus 5y square. So basically these are the three terms which are getting added to give the expression. So what are the three terms? 13 minus y and 5y square. So these are its terms. Now what about the factors? So the factor for 13 would be 13, because 13 into 1 is 13. Factor for minus y again would be minus y into 1, of course. When you talk about 5y square, this can be written as 5 into y into y. So 5y are the factors of this particular term. Now, if you closely observe, every term will have one factor as 1, because in this case 13 can be written as 13 into 1. So 13 and 1 both are factors. Similarly for minus 1, this would be minus y into 1. So 1 is again a common factor. For 5y square, it is 5y and 1. That's because 5y square into 1 is equal to 5y square. So since 1 is always a common factor, therefore y is not taken or considered as a separate factor. Now when you look at these factors, you see that certain factors are numerals or numbers. For example, 13, 5. So these are numeric factors. So these are called numeric factors. So numeric factors are those factors which are constants or which are numbers. So they are numeric factors. And what about the variables? Like y is a variable which is amongst the factors. So that is called algebraic factors. So numeric factors means the factors would be constants, whereas algebraic factors means the constant would be. Algebraic factors means the factors would be variable. So in this case, very clearly you can see that 13 and 5, these are numeric factors, whereas y minus y, these are algebraic factors. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com for free quality education. You can learn with a simple 4-step learning process wherein you can watch video lessons, you can ask your questions, you can refer notes, and you can take a free online test. We have content for class 6 to 12 on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology along with practical videos. So please subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Thank you.